Ah! Good evening, gentlemen. What you're about to watch is a very, very long, completely unedited deep dive video on redoing this H10. It's probably super boring, but I wanted to document every part of this process because you don't see these things very often. In addition to these stupidly long, awful, ridiculous, boring videos, the deep dive ones, I'm also making some shorter ones that just hit the highlights. So if you don't want to sit through this long bullshit, then you just go watch one of the short ones. It's not actually resting on these sides, so working backwards in the assembly manual, what is next? We removed the side panels. Okay. Now in detail 7.1c here, it shows the... Oh, okay, the front panel's already on there. Alright. Cool. That is... This is testing stuff after not quite final assembly right here. Power tests, okay. Alright. The tape holder was the next thing that was supposed to come off, but I had the dude take it off for shipping and thread. I asked him to thread the screws back into the back there, but it looks like he didn't. So they're probably long gone. Let me grab this. Should be the tape feeder here. Maybe he stuck the screws in a bag in here or something. Oh. It was kind of a weird packing job, but it wasn't a bad packing job. It was double boxed and everything, so that's good. I'm a little disappointed that there's so much rust in it, but you know, this will probably be the only chance I ever get to get an H10, so just have to suck it up. And fix it. Yeah, that thing's bent. We'll have to straighten that back out and fix it. And I do not see the screws here anywhere. That's annoying, but they're regular size screws, so I mean it shouldn't be too difficult to find some. Yeah, I can straighten that back out. Let's just set that aside for now. Now there's supposed to be a wheel that goes in here somewhere. The spool. Yeah, the spool for the tape. I guess it's supposed to sit down in this notch up here. That is missing. I can probably make one. Alright, so this is just talking about... That must be a tension thing to keep the tape of a certain tension while it's trying to pull it through to keep it from getting jacked up inside. Alright. Alright, let's continue working backwards. Okay. Solder the free end of the yellow wire. Okay, soldering the lamp on. That's a little janky. This wire is soldered onto the back of this lamp here, so that's a little funny. Mount the main circuit board with two 632 by quarter-inch screws as shown. Do not pinch any wires between the chassis and the shit. Which is the main circuit board? That would be this one. Yes? Or 6C. Alright, let's take that Molex connector out and then try to get the main circuit board out. That thing may come out hard, I don't know. I suspect that I will want to replace this Molex connector with something else because they are impossible to find now. There's one particular size of this connector that was popular in arcade machines that you can still find reproductions of, but all the rest of them are impossible to find. Alright, so two screws back here. Oops, sorry about that. One screw in the bottom, and that board should come free. Now, there is no nut on that one. There's a threaded insert crimped into the bottom of that heat sink. So there's the screw that came out of there. Okay, the whole front of that board's loose now, so we ought to be able to unhook it in the back here now. Now those have got nuts on them. How on earth? Oh, okay. This screw here goes in from the outside. I was supposed to take this one out, not the one in the back. Alright. Same as the previous screw, I believe. And then this one comes out from the top inside here. Ah, okay. Now we are cooking with gas. I bet I can drop that inside. Okay, the main PC board is now loose. There are many wires coming from the power supply section here. I don't want to force anything. It would make me very sad inside if we broke the new toy, wouldn't it? Alright. Plenty of length on those. What a conglomeration. Huh. Probably no connectors. Well. 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 What is next, manual, old manual? We unmounted the circuit board. We removed the Molex connector. Now it says to push these clips onto the board. Let's remove those clips so that we don't lose them. Actually, well, yeah, they're rusty. We'll wanna clean them up and refinish them somehow. Although they're pretty they're on there pretty good. I don't think we can remove those later. They're not going to be in the way. Blah 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 blah. Now, it's interesting. Okay, is there more than one lamp in this thing? Here it's showing a lamp that doesn't have. Yeah, this is in the reader assembly. Here it's showing a lamp that doesn't have a wire soldered directly to it. That's interesting. Okay. Position the lamp so that it is 5/8 above the reader assembly. This is the reader assembly. Yes. This is different than the one shown in the book. Perhaps there was some funny business. Well, that doesn't look not factory. The illustration in the book has a much narrower notch here than what we've got, and there's no bracket. This bracket is different. Now, there was a factory modification that they did to these to keep them from jamming, but I thought that was for the punch. I thought they did something different with the punch block. I'm not sure why these pictures are different. There's a screw missing back there, too. I can't believe for what I paid for this thing that guy didn't bother to thread those screws back in there. I specifically asked him to do that. I should not be surprised, though. It was eBay. Well, the general gist of this seems to be talking about mounting the lamp and getting it ready to rock. So, yeah, because it comes from... Yeah, so we just need to unhook the lamp, I guess. I guess I'd better desolder that. That is some jank right there. That is some jank. Alright, heat up. Come on. Every time that I've tried to solder a wire to the back of a light bulb like this, it has fucked up the innards of the light bulb. But perhaps this big boy is something different. More heat. That is some jank. I shall revisit that. Although there must be a reason they did that way. Come on, heat up, heat up. Now, that's like Jove said, that was looked like a brake lamp, and I'll be goddamned if it's not. Huh. Ah, Heath. You silly folk. So that's got slots in it so it can be adjusted, I guess. Alright, we took out the lamp. This is all completely different than what I see in my book. That okay. Not gonna lose this, are we? I don't think so. Alright, screw. Ah! that's interesting. Looky there. Ah, okay. 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 So I didn't need to loosen these. That's going to have to come apart and get fixtificated regardless. But I shan't pull it apart for now. That's an interesting assembly there. Oh, okay, so those washers set on each side of the tape, I guess that's just to keep it aligned with the reader up there or something. That's interesting. Oh, now look out there, light bulb. We don't want to mash you. Put it over here while I'll lose it. I guess it's a common enough bulb. Alright, so that's out of there. Yeah, this is all a little different. It's talking about a finger spring here. That must be this. No, I don't think it is. Ooh. There are some washers between this piece of bar stock and that thing. Shims, I suppose we should call them. They're very thin. Alright. Glad we didn't lose those. Interesting. Alright, so the way these instructions are reading, this board is supposed to be out of the way at the moment. What? So the book that I am looking at, oh, this is so weird. The book, this book shows a different kind of now here's that roller thing we were looking at before right here. Except it has a coil spring on it instead of a spring washer, and it's part of this plate instead of part of the trough. Interesting. Very interesting. So where is this? This this is not on this version of the H10, I guess. And this board up here with the switches on it shows the switches connecting to a terminal strip here, but I see no terminal strip inside. They come straight over here to the main circuit board. Interesting. Interesting. Here it's talking about the wires that go to the power switch. There are no connectors on any of these motor wires. So we're going to have to desolder those to get this apart, which I hate to do, but I think it's necessary. We want to be able to get this apart and fix this rust. And we can't do that with all of these wires soldered on like this. Yeah. Alright, so let's... I hate to cut them, but if I left a little bit of the wire on the board, I'd be able to see the insulation color, but I think that's all the same. Let's yeah, let's this bundle here goes to the reader mechanism, and it's got it being connected to the main board right here. Let's go over those, make sure that what's here matches what's in this book, since we've found some stuff that's different so far, and then desolder them. Alright, hole 8 is supposed to be white-gray, which that is. Not marked on the back, of course. That's a little bit annoying. It's right underneath the wiper of that resistor. That old solder doesn't want to melt. Okay. White-gray, hole 8. Okay. White-violet to hole 7. White-violet to hole 7. have to pump up the heat here a little bit. Unless I'm on the wrong thing. Nope. Okay. Weight green to hole 5. Yes. Weight green to hole 5. Am I on the wrong thing? No. Weight green to hole 5. Weight blue to hole 6. Oh, melt, you dirty rascal. Okay. Weight blue to hole 6. Weight orange. Weight orange to hole 3. You know, when I put this back together, I think I will make something with a connector on it, because I suspect that I will have this thing apart a million times. I'm on the wrong thing, aren't I? I'll have this thing apart a million times, trying to suss out all of the problems. And I don't believe that I want to engage in... That's the right one. I can feel the wire heating up. I don't believe I want to engage in this foolishness every time. Weight yellow to hole 4. Okay, white brown to hole 1. Okay, and white red to hole 2. I was on the right one. Maybe I should cut this into a short video and then have a separate one that's like the super deep dive. I think that's what I'll do. You can melt if you want to, you dirty, rotten son of a bitch. Shit. I was on the wrong one. I was on one I'd already done. Dirt, dirt, dirt. No, I wasn't. I was on the right one. It's just being a dick. There we go. Okay. And then there's a black one from this same harness. So this one right here, it's supposed to go in one of these ground holes. Okay. Yeah, this looks like a good candidate for a connector to me. Yeah, that natty old solder. It doesn't melt very easy. I'm gonna pump up the ass on this thing a little. You can melt if you want to, you rotten motherfucker. Might have to freshen it up to get it to melt. That's what I thought, you bastard. Okay. Alright, that should be the harness from the reader mechanism. Yes. Yes. Okay. Transformer wires. Those are not a good candidate for a connector, but let's take them off of there anyway. The brown wire goes to hole B. Yes. I'll tell you what. No, I just had you melted, so you can melt if you want to. I even freshened you up. Red wires go to hole R. There are two of them, and 2 hole R's. Alright. Either orange wire to hole O. These need freshened, I suspect, before they will come. Oh, they might go. Melt, you bastard. Oh, I slipped off. Yeesh. Alright. The green wires go to hole G. Imagine that. Oh, that's a little warm. Alright. That's all the transformer wires. Black, red, orange, and green wires. Connected to the rear panel ports and capacitor C3. Yep. 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 Yeah, that's all these. Orange, green, red. may fly. Helps if I plug it in, doesn't it? Heat up, ye. Heat up. Heat up. Alright. Green, red, black, orange. It doesn't say anything about this blue wire, although it does go back here to this stuff. Blue wire goes to hole 6 super score 1. That's in the front. We did that. Wires from motor M1. This is motor M1. Black, red, black, red. Perhaps we're looking at a different motor. Oh, no, we're not. I am full of shit. That is dense down there. Probably got in a hurry and just did the wrong one. Shit. Melting my tape. No, that was the right one. Alright. Connect the wires coming from the front panel switches as follows. Blue to hole AK, brown to hole AG, and black to ground. Shit, that's two components with their leads touching. That is not doing the trick. No, that was one of them. Yeah, that was both of them. Alright. There's a black one coming from up here too, it said to do. Blue, black, brown. Got 'em. Connect the free end of the orange wire that's supposed to be coming from a terminal strip that we don't have to hole AJ. Well, that's hole AJ, the orange wire coming from this front panel circuit board. So it's talking about soldering the wires onto the main power switch. Let's not mess with that right now. Now it says to mount the front panel. Okay, it's yeah, we've got to unhook these before we can get rid of the front panel, don't we? Just turn this thing around so I can see it a little better. Alright. Now I can get to you. See, I can put spade connectors on that, and they can slide right on there, insulated spade connectors. There is no need to have all of this stuff soldered on here, like that. I guess this front panel is going to get painted, but hopefully I won't slip anyway. I'll melt you, shit ass. Alright. Alright, now we're supposed to remove the front panel now, but there's some extra wires here that go other places. I'm going to desolder them and well, this yellow wire goes all the way back to this Molex connector. That's interesting. And there's a blue wire, or a white wire with a blue stripe that goes to AL, pad AL here. White with blue stripe goes to AL. There's another white with blue stripe that goes all the way back to that connector again. There is a red wire that goes up to an unpopulated 470 ohm resistor pad. The left hand side of it, right next to AL, is where this red wire goes. There's a yellow wire. One yellow wire goes back to the Molex connector. The other yellow wire goes to pad H down here. Next to that disc capacitor. Shit, that was the wrong one. So that's everything that goes to the front panel except for the ones that run, just these two. Run all the way back to the Molex connector. I'll disconnect them from the front panel PC board under there. So there are two screws under here. Alright, it's a little bit longer screw that goes in the bottom of the front panel there. Yeah, that's funny. I'm not sure what to think of that. Both of these wires have been cut and spliced right here. Perhaps it would behoove me to just do the same. I'll just cut through the old splices here. And the front panel is free. It does need painted. It's got some dings down here on the foot. It's not bent up though, so that's good. Yeah, got some sticky goop. I'll clean that up good and paint it. Need to lube these switches, these key switches here. These are both locking key switches and they're a little janky. Anyway, set this aside. I'm going to clean up all of this stuff and find something to put it in. I'll be right back. Okay, I haven't gone and gotten a thing yet, but I got this thing unjammed and there's something cool happening. I wanted to show you. Let's check this out. Piece of tape still in the punch. There we go. I was hoping there'd be something cool on it, but... Huh. Neat. Pretty neat. Artifact. Alright. I'm gonna go find a box. I'll be back. Alright, so I guess that's it for this hitch. I spurged out on this thing because I got excited and forgot to eat supper, and now it's like 9:30 at night, so I better go do that. And we'll do some more on this when I get home tomorrow. Yeah, cool. This is very exciting. Alright. See you next time.